Another topic that's got my gears not grinding but turning is slasher film video games. I've seen some of the video up on YouTube where people have played like the beta version of the Friday the 13th game, and and of course, it looks very interesting and promising. I've been paying attention to this slasher film game that's currently in development, slasher film inspired video game that's currently in development called Last Year. I know that there's also Dead by Daylight, which is currently out, which is also a multiplayer, 5-on-1 kind of gameplay. And and of course, a lot of people have given like a positive review on the video game Until Dawn, which is partly inspired by nearly every single horror film ever made, uh, which uh, which was written by a film director I happen to love his work on, Larry Fessenden, who it was the game was co-written and produced by Larry Fessenden, who directed Habit, Wendigo, the Last Winter, and he also produced House of the Devil and Stakeland, amongst other films that he's produced. Now, and of course, I'm looking at these games and I'm thinking, wow, they're pretty awesome. Now, these are actually pretty awesome in comparison to like how we start off, with video gaming nowadays. I mean, the last Friday the 13th game that came out was this one right here, which, which many people have knocked on, and it's understandable. But you have to understand, this was made like in 1988. I mean, the technology, for modern gaming didn't even exist at this time, so we were stuck with what we could get. And of course, we also had like Halloween on. We had also a Nightmare on Elm Street game on NES. And we also had a Halloween game on the Atari 2600. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're not the best games, but they're, like I said, they were available with what we had at the time. Nowadays, I think a lot of franchises could work very well with modern gaming. I mean, like for example, I would love to see a modern Halloween game. I mean, yeah, I know that for Dead by Daylight they have they have like downloadable character of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, and of course that's a pretty awesome idea, but the thing about it is that I would love to see an actual Halloween game and have John Carpenter involved with the making of it, because Carpenter actually was involved with an adaptation of of his film The Thing into a video game format, which a lot of people knocked on the game, and of course looking back now, it was an okay game. It wasn't the best game. I kind of wish that with the advance and advent of technology now, you could easily get away with doing like the assimilation as to whether or not if a person is or is not a thing, and not have to worry about scripted thing outs and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is that when it comes down to the game, John Carpenter was involved with it. In fact, he even lent his likeness and voice for the character of Halliday. No, Faladay. And I think and of course John Carpenter also gave input on the third game for Fear, for the Fear franchise, and basically, I mean, they actually consulted him, and of course he's an avid gamer, so it would be interesting to see, have it would be an interesting idea to have him come in and sort of give his ideas on how to do a Halloween game, how it could work, and instead of it being all scripted, they could probably develop it in a way where the AI is unpredictable for Michael Myers. I mean, I think of sort of like the idea of like kind Alien Isolation, but sort of have it like a multiplayer kind of thing, where there is the possibility of someone playing Michael Myers, or you're just dealing with Michael Myers, and you're getting telltale signs that Michael's nearby. Kind of doing something like that would be awesome. And I think even a Nightmare on Elm Street video game nowadays could work. I mean, could you imagine, what you could do in a video game for for a Nightmare on Elm Street game? It would just be off the wall, man. I mean, it would just be awesome, in my opinion. And but I would love to see more slasher film based video games. Even more so with virtual reality, especially with the advents of the headgear and stuff like that. If virtual reality gets even more advanced and more developed, I would love to see what a slasher film video game would be like from the for using virtual reality. It'd probably scare the living daylights out of you, but it still would just seem so freaking fun, in my opinion. But of course, that's just me. That's the film fan and video game fan in me.